Rouge the Bat, huh? She's one of the most popular Sonic characters, and for good reason too. You won't really find a lot of fans that don't like her, just her various redesigns. But that's neither here nor there. This issue is definitely the Rouge and Shadow issue, because these two absolutely steal the show. Shadow in particular had a moment that even caught me off guard. But let's get into it. Brought to you by these Wolfpack patrons. Picking up after issue 79, our boys are facing down a rain sentinel that happened to get the jump on them. Can I just say right off the bat, I really love the art on this one. The artist really made the rain pop off these pages. Damn, I felt like I was out there getting wet and soaked with them.
What?
As Sonic and the Chaotix start the offensive on the huge bot, it immediately retreats back into the shadows, doing its best Bracken impression from Lethal Company. Vector commands Espio to go stealth and find it, while they all wait for it to show itself again. This time when it springs out, it goes after Charmy, but it is taken out by none other than Shadow the Hedgehog. Hey, it's good to see him finally back in the comic. The last time we saw him was in issue 61? God damn! Well, regardless, he's here and he's brought a friend. Who else but the other founding member of Team Dark, Rouge the Bat. Look at Espio here. You can tell he hates being outdone, especially when it comes to his ninjutsu specialty. Vector is quick to question why the two are here, not trusting Rouge for obvious reasons. You know that girl is always after something, even if she is conveniently aligned with our heroes. She tells them that she's been hired by certain parties to find interesting dirt on Clean Sweep Inc. after it had been exposed as a scam front. After Charmy says something grammatically incorrect, Shadow corrects him. Oh, so he's one of those, huh? Sonic is curious as to why Shadow is here, and as always, Shadow makes an excuse. He simply dislikes Clutch's nonsense, that's all. Our blue hero asks why they didn't bring Omega this time, and Rouge tells them that while he is very good at taking out enemies, this mission is rather delicate, and they have to gather intel. And it's hard to gain information from a smoldering crater, which is fair enough. Omega really doesn't hold himself back when he's going berserk on Eggman tech. It's then Shadow seems to pick up on something nearby, and that's where I'm starting to eyeball Espio here. My boy, am I going to have to put you on fraud watch? Aren't you supposed to be a ninja? How are you getting outdone by Shadow right now? Though I guess in his defense, he might have been distracted by Vector and Charmy's boasting. But I'm going to need you to show me all that ninjutsu stuff isn't just for show, or I'm calling you fraudulent. Lock in, Espio. Anyway, the group is jumped by multiple rain sentinels, and that's when Rouge sees the perfect opportunity to dip and head inside the building. Vector, knowing full well that she's a double-cross spy thief out for the intel, tells Espio to follow her and make sure he gets some info too. This leads to the two having some interesting banter as we see Rouge and Espio having to work together to infiltrate the base, both utilizing their own special talents to take out security drones and walls. Once inside the main room, they begin to download all the intel they can, while we flash back to the battle of our heroes. And this is where I gotta say, I'm starting to see Charmy's specialty in battle. The kid is a wild card. His unpredictability makes him just as important as Espio and Vector in the group. Just looking at how he's quick to spot an opportunity to cause chaos in what already is a wild battle, taking over one of the Sentinels and becoming an absolute menace. Alright Charmy, I wasn't familiar with your game. Meanwhile, Sonic and Shadow are doing their thing and working together? Like for real? No snide back comments, but a pure cooperative beatdown? Wow! It's actually cool to see them working together and taking care of business. And is that a rare Shadow smile I see? Yeah, this is a big W for Sonic and Shadow fans. Please note, I said Sonic and Shadow fans, not Sonato fans. You guys are perfectly valid, I just don't want to get it twisted. Despite this, even more Sentinels are coming, and Espio gets an idea of how to stop them. Now tell me where you've all seen this before. I love that Espio saw that Shadow did this years ago and kept that in his mentals until now. And it works! All the Sentinels immediately shut down and the day is saved. But not before Rouge decides to say some out-of-pocket shit to Espio. See, this is where I think a lot of people get Rouge mixed up about her being overly flirtatious, when it's really just her toying with people. That's just her personality. I think more than anything, she knows how a lot of people see her, and she's more than comfortable with it. Hell, she even uses it to her advantage. She just likes f***ing with people. Especially Knuckles, since she knows she can always get a big reaction out of him. The only two people who seem to be immune to her banter are Sonic and Shadow, mainly because Sonic sasses her back, and Shadow doesn't really have time for it. With everything settled, they all regroup and deduct that Clutch might have been telling the truth, but Vector isn't 100% convinced. Part of being a good detective and all that. Shadow grabs the data Rouge has and decides to go after the remaining clean sweep facilities. And even though the others offer to help, he's like,
no.
And dips, but not before telling Rouge he'll keep her informed. A small gesture that shows that he trusts her the most and is at least willing to work with her when needed. With everything just about handled, everyone heads back home. Though Sonic stops Rouge to question her about a certain emerald that went missing in Tails' workshop. See Sonic IDW issue number 75. Rouge tells him that she doesn't know what's going on either, and even tells him that her own emerald went missing not too long ago as well, and that if she finds out anything, she'll let him know. And lastly, our final shot of this issue shows us the inside of some sort of cave, where our new antagonist is watching everyone. And what's worse, we see they've already gathered 6 of the 7 Chaos Emeralds in what appears to be a coffin, with space that looks like it could be for the Master Emerald in the center. Now my question is, who the hell is this supposed to be? Could it be the new character we've seen in previews of future covers? That weird jester thing? Or maybe a returning face? I thought the coffin might be hinting at a dead character. Maybe Starline? Or maybe they're trying to bring him back to life. Whoever this is, they must have some technical know-how to set up all the surveillance equipment. It couldn't be Clutch since he's currently under Eggman's control, and Mimic is assumed dead. What do y'all think? Is this a potential return of everyone's favorite platypus boy, or a brand new guy/gal? I give this comic an 8.2 out of 10. Hopefully you've all already spin-dashed the like button to show your support for this video. If you want to help me, Wolfie, out, and get YouTube to show you even more of these, you know what you gotta do. Leave a comment for the engagement and algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't already. The story continues in issue 81, so click this video to see what happens next. Last video's best comic.